What is going on with my Druid mains out there? Diablo 4 fans, what's good? Today is going to be our first official team guide build. This build is going to be between me, of course, a Druid main, and my partner for the campaign push, who is going to be running Barbarian. Now, we went over the details of the build during the live stream today, and we decided to cap it out at level 40, kind of trying to leave us some room for difficulty to try to tackle that capstone as early as possible. So we may have extra skill points from completing the renowns and different things like that, but we wanted to cap ourselves at 40 just to know exactly where we're going to be and treat every extra skill point as a bonus. So what he wanted to start off with, and I'll just go through all of his choices. I will tell you them in full. I don't know too much about the Barbarian, so I'll just leave it at face value, and then you guys can give your opinion and your feedback, and then we'll go into the Druid side of things and how we plan to have nice synergy with each other, and why we decided to take points in certain things rather than other things, because we know we have each other to depend on. So let's go through it quick. He got 1 point in the lunging strike, 1 into enhanced lunging strike, 1 into battle lunging strike. He's running a bleed build, so he's gonna want some of that bleed over time right there. Then going down to the next one, got 1 point into Hammer of the Ancients, 1 point into enhanced Hammer of the Ancients, and a point into Furious Hammer of the Ancients, which is going to keep his fury up. That is a Barbarian thing. He also has 3 points into Endless Fury. Now, this isn't the order he's going to be choosing these skills in these passives, but this is just what he will have by level 40. Okay, has 5 points into Rallying Cry, a point into Enhanced Rally Cry, and a point into Tactical Rallying Cry, which is gonna generate 20 more fury and 20% more resource generation. So he's gonna be building up his fury and shouldn't have a fury problem. He also is gonna have a point into Challenging Shout, a point into Enhanced Challenging Shout, and a point into Tactical Challenging Shout. And he's also gonna take 3 points into Imposing Presence, just to give him a little more of that maximum life. So our main thing is trying to fight these dungeons and bosses under leveled, so we're going to be taking the defensive nodes and the defensive skills and stuff like that. Going down, he has a point into War Cry, a point into Enhanced War Cry, and a point into Mighty War Cry to give him that fortification. He has 3 points into Booming Voice, which his shout skills effect durations are increased by 24%. He has 3 shout skills, so that's going to be amazing to just really buff what the core of his skills are. So that's pretty dope. Moving forward, he has 3 into Pit Fighter, which is going to increase the damage to close enemies. He has 3 into Hamstring, which makes his bleeding effect slow enemies by 30%. His generator has a bleeding effect, so he's always causing CC, which is going to be very important, right? He puts 1 into Cut to the Bone, which makes his bleeding effect deal increased damage to vulnerable enemies, and we'll get to how I will be making enemies vulnerable to kind of proc that for him on the team aspect. He also has 1 into Thick Skin, and then the ultimate he chose is Call of the Ancients. He took that all the way down, got the Prime Call of the Ancients, and got Supreme Call of the Ancients, and that is going to put him at level 40. No extra skill points from doing any of the, the bonus renown things, or just skill points or anything extra that we can find in the open world. This is just 40 clean, and what we think we can make think is doable. Okay, so that's his. Let's go over to mine as a Druid, and let's see where we can find that synergy. Okay, So if I go to the skill tree, guys, you'll see here I'm at level 40 as well. I took one into Storm Strike, another one into Enhanced Storm Strike, and I put my final one into Fierce Storm Strike, which makes our Storm Strike have a 50% chance to make enemies vulnerable for 3 seconds. If I'm making them vulnerable, if I have a 50% chance and then he's inflicting bleed on them, he's going to do that extra damage. We're going to have our aspects and different gears that we're going to be going and searching for as we shoot through the campaign. Okay, we're gonna make a straight shot. All right, go to the next one. I put 5 into Pulverize, I put 1 into Enhanced Pulverize, and I put another one into Primal Pulverize. I also went over here and put 1 into Heart of the Wild to give me access to Abundance. I put 3 into Abundance to give that 18% more spirit. So my thought process into that is to focus everything around Pulverize. I want to be able to do Pulverize as many times as possible to get that overpowered damage. I'm also going to get the aspect that makes it an earth skill, so after every 10 kills I will also overpower as well. So we're just going to continue to do damage when we can. But as you see, if we go to this next tier, my main role on the duo team is sustainability, making sure I'm always healthy, making sure I'm able to help, you know, take some of the attention while he's able to proc some of his more damaging abilities, right? He will focus more on damage and the shout support. I will focus more on making sure we're healthy and sustaining. So I dumped 5 into Earthen Bulwark, took it down to Enhance Earthen Bulwark, and finished it off with Preserving Earthen Bulwark. I also put 5 into Debilitating Roar, took it down to Enhance Debilitating Roar, and another one at Preserving Debilitating Roar, so we can heal up as well. And I also went over here, took 1 into Ancestral Fortitude and 3 into Vigilance. So I gained 15% damage reduction for 6 seconds after using a defensive skill. I have 2 defensive skills that I'm going to be rotating. So on top of the defensive skills giving me the damage reduction, we're going to get a 15% increase damage reduction as I bounce back and forth. It's going to be amazing. I should be able to tank any damage even when we end up in that Capstone dungeon. We won't know how hard it is until we get there, but we're prepping for it. Moving along, we got Poison Creeper. We put 1 into that. We put 1 into Enhanced Poison Creeper, and we put 1 into Brutal Poison Creeper. This is just to give a little more CC, a little more crowd control. Some aspects that I have and some later gear that I plan to get increases the damage and the critical damage that we do to CC'd enemies. So we want to have that CC on cooldown, right? Moving down here, the only thing we took here is going to be 1 into Neurotoxin. So poison enemies are slowed by 8%. That's just to help, you know, help keep that crowd controlled. You know what I mean? Just a little more CC, extra CC on top of, you know, them being immobilized with the Poison Creeper. And then for the ultimate, we're going to take Grizzly Rage and we're going to take it all the way down, get that Prime Grizzly Rage, and also get that Supreme Grizzly Rage for the Unstoppable bonus and for the Fortify and things like that. So being that we're going to be at level 40 and we're going to steamroll through the campaign, no side quests. We're only going to go to certain dungeons that have certain aspects for our build. He has his chosen as well, but we are a druid channel. So the thing that I will be going for first, and I believe everyone should go for, is going to be the, let's see it right here. If you're running Pulverize, I should say that, right? Is the aspect of Earth Sign Horror. Let's see if I can find that. Let's go to gloves. Aspect of Earth Sign Horror is what really is going to make this build come alive. Pulverize is now an earth skill. After casting Pulverize, tectonic spikes continue to deal damage over 2 seconds. That's going to help because of this spirit boon that is going to overpower my earth skill after my 10th kill. It's just going to be amazing. All right. Now we can go into depths with the gear and with the aspects, but I want to save that for another video, and I want to save that for when we're doing the actual live playthrough. I will record our campaign journey and post it as we go through. It's going to be a duo campaign playthrough until we get to the end and we try to unlock that next world tier, and then we start linking up with more and we hit these harder dungeons. All right. If you guys have any suggestions, or if you're running with a friend or something like that and you guys are getting your builds to synergize, let me know in the chat. I also took note of what you guys were saying about learning the Paragon board. I have been digging into that, and I'm actually going to continue to learn more, but just save the route that I think I'm going to take until we actually get to the end game and I'm able to see what pieces of gear I actually have. All right, so I appreciate y'all. If you like this type of content, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Druid mains, we will survive. You guys hold it down, man.